Today I would like to show you how to quickly recode something using the network view function, if basically to correct the structure of your coding system. Maybe you also find it useful for other purposes. So I prepared a special version of this Children Happiness project to show you a common mistake which can basically be fixed quite quickly. This may look a bit banal now, but I also show you another project. In thinking about your own project, you have to kind of transfer whether you have done something like that in your coding. Because here, what we see here, we have one child, gender female. So it's coding like this is data from the internet, comments from various people. Could be also group interviews where we have multiple people in a document where we have to code this information. If you have more questions about that, on which level to code, look also at the video Where's Your Case, which was one of the first ones I did. So here we have the fact that a person has one child, two children, or three or more, and whether it's male or female. So actually we have two things that should be actually separate. We should have a category called gender and one called number of children, and we all have it locked in one code. This means we make our code list much longer as it needs to be. So we do repeat the code here for male and female, for the second child and three or more children, don't have children, male and female, don't want children, and have children, again for male and female. And I haven't done these, so if you then also would continue to do this for whether they have sons or daughters, whether they have teenage or young children, these four codes would again be duplicated and we would have 8 here instead of 4. So this is not a very efficient way of dealing with the coding system. And let me just show you one example here, which kind of looks like a structured code list, but still we have the same problem here, that the category is on the wrong level. What you see here as prefixes, the LFs and the LMs, these are theoretical models, so this is a coding of literature. But what you see, that the subcodes, they are repeated all over the place. So we have structure here, we have structure here, we have simplicity here, we have simplicity here, we have lessons learned a couple of times. So in relation to each of these models here, we have the subcode simplicity, planning, lessons learned, history, and so on. So then these codes are always locked within that particular model, and we never see all the lessons learned across all models. But if we do that, it will give us an entire different feeling of the data, and we may see some patterns that we won't see if we only look at a code always related to something in particular. And the other effect is that your code list gets very long. So I can go into presentation mode here, otherwise it's blowing up the screen, so I will just move over here this way. So what needs to be done is you need to double code with the model, the one category, so all these model codes, and whatever the subcodes are in, and they're actually two separate categories. And this needs to be still cleaned up here, because now we have all the benefits of 55 which are actually not now distributed in the subcodes, in the proper subcodes. Yeah, benefits could be it gives structure, or it's economically, or it's planning, or it's helping mismanagement, and so on. So we might also get ideas for completely different subcategories if we look at challenges and benefits independent of whatever we have linked to it originally. And and then by nature of coding, same with gender, male and female, well, these are codes that occur very often. So the frequencies is very high, which is okay in this instance, but if we clean it up a bit, it should also be a bit lower in the end. So what's the whole purpose of that? Basically, one thing is to not take away work from the software, work the software can do for you, but also gives you much more flexibility in your analysis. Now we can run tables like that. Yeah, having all the models or all these attributes like male and female related to anything else in your data, any kind of topic, theme code. If we take the children happiness example, we could only have female with 1 child, female with 2 children, 3 children. We never could just compare males and females. Of course, we could then also combine these various codes. Yeah, as we've seen before, the data is not properly recoded, so the cells are quite empty here. There's one other one here. So here we have that as a code co-occurrence table where you then can relate 2 issues to each other, and then also have access to the data behind it. So you not only get numbers, but of course always can review the data behind it. So that's the purpose of building up the coding system in this particular way and avoiding that kind of mistake here, because it takes away flexibility. So how can this be fixed now? And not to go through everything and recode. So I take this code here and open a network view, and normally I would do it full screen, but I have to stay within the boundary here of my recording. But so if you have a big screen, that helps, because it gets quite crowded, especially if you have more than 17 quotations in it. So now I create a new code and I call it gender female. If you know the project, you know I do hashtag all these socio-demographic attributes. So now I bring in all the quotations. Instead of going through and linking the gender code to each of these quotations, because in this instance here now we have to double code, and we take that one as well here. Maybe it has. And now I can link all of these in one click to gender female. So later on we have to rename this. We don't have to save this network, we just only use this to do the linking. So now I do this again for create new code gender male. Now it's only 3 here. There haven't been many males in this sample. And really. So I will pause the video now here and do this for all of these other codes, and then I will come back. So I've relinked all of these codes to my gender male and female. And what I also did, in order not to get confused what I've done already, what I haven't, I renamed all those codes. I just added an X here at the end when I haven't done that. So we haven't reduced the code list, we have just added 2 more codes. But now we have taken out the gender male female basically out of these 2 codes here, and they're integrated in here. So now we can actually merge these 2 and then rename it. And you see I've started to set a hashtag, and let me just show you why I'm doing that. There are more than these 14 codes in the project that you see now here. Yeah. So now the 1, 2, 3 children are up here, and then the don't have children are after the definition of happiness, and the have children are here under hard work. But so these codes that are not coding themes, they are just coding socio-demographic characteristics, they are just somewhere in the longer code list. So in order to sort all those codes into a group, I use a hashtag kind of as a common prefix to have them all together in the list. So now when I rename, I do hashtag here, hashtag one child, and of course I can get rid of that one now. And a good idea is now also, if you merge, to set a global filter, because if I now say merge, I'm not getting that entire list of 100 something codes. I only get those pre-selected codes, so that always helps. So I actually want to now merge it with the one child here. So I do this for 2 children. Can get rid of that gender prefix and do a merge. So now you've seen the list has become considerably smaller. And you also maybe have noticed, even though I've let it run through quickly, that you need to do it very concentrated. Yeah, because now relinking quotations on the basis of the quotation import, if it goes quickly, if you relink it to the wrong code, well, then all your coding is wrong. So if you do that, don't do that at 5 minutes before midnight, or if you're tired, whatever, do that when you're right awake and fresh in the morning, in order not to make any mistakes and to kind of destroy your project. It goes quickly, but therefore you have to be careful when you do it. So hopefully that has helped for some who are unsure about their coding system and whether it's built up correctly, and given some ideas how to quickly fix it if your categories are on the wrong level.